Hello, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. As mentioned in the title, I am hoping that someone can help me identify the manufacturer of this go-kart. I've had it for several years. I've checked I don't know how many pictures on numerous websites and in Facebook groups, etc., and I have yet to see one the same. So we'll take a look at it here, and I'll point out some features on it, and maybe you can compare it to one you think might be the same. And please let me know if you think you have one that you're not sure might be the same or not. Let me know. I'm willing to chase down any leads I'm given, so I'll look for pictures of any manufacturer you mention, and I appreciate any feedback I get at all. So first of all, the go-kart we see here has been repainted. If it helps, it was not originally yellow, and the motor on it, I'm sure, is too new, is newer than the go-kart itself. Now the paint, as I said, if it helps, the yellow paint is over top of blue paint, which appears to be over top of red paint. And I haven't seen any stickers or stampings on the frame anywhere that would help me identify who made it. The only markings are on the front wheels, which I will show, but here we go, we'll take a general look. First of all, front axle here has a brace from the axle back to the main frame. Pedals match left and right, they're steel pedals, fairly simple. The front bumper, I'll call this the front bumper, although this says bumped into something, so that's been a bumper too. So the bumper is kind of key here. I mentioned the pedals, the brace, the angle, the steering hoop is on, the seat back support bars here. Now, I'm sure this seat has been made up by someone other than the manufacturer. I'm not sure what the original seat would have looked like, but I'm pretty sure this isn't the original seat. And we'll go backwards here. The engine mounting plate here is identical to the one on the other side. I think this bar here and the caliper, the disc, the rotor, and associated stuff has been added. This flat bar here with the twist in it for the throttle cable, I'm pretty sure that's been added. The rear bumper I think is original. The bar across the back, you can see maybe some red paint there. The red paint we see there I think is original. And if we look a little closer here, this is the rod from the throttle pedal. It goes to a bell crank here, which operates this cable, which actually may have originally been over here. There's the end of a cable actually welded to the front of the motor plate here. And if we look under this spring, we see a shaft that's been cut off with a torch. It goes through a sleeve. I think that may have been the original brake system. I think it may have had scrub brakes, so that tube would have come out to a plate that rubbed on the tire to stop it. This spring for the throttle return here, there's been a cutout torched in the front of the motor mount plate there. We'll look a little closer at the caliper mount here. Again, I'm pretty sure that's not original. I move the cart a little bit till we find the keyway in this axle. When it was machined, there was a little bit of an oops here. They started too deep with the cutter as they were machining it. So right now the left rear wheel is driven. It is keyed to the axle, so of course the brake disc works. And the right rear wheel turns relatively freely on the axle. Now I'm not sure if these wheels are original because I don't think the axle is original, but these wheels are two-piece wheels plus the hub. And we'll go to the front wheels. These are actually marked. They're aluminum two-piece wheels with the hubs built into them. And if I can find the marking on it, there's markings around here. I'll have to get down where I can see it. So it says Ramsden Manufacturing Limited, London, Canada. And these are 5-inch tires on the front. These are 3.4 by 5s on this side, and that's a Goodyear industrial rib. There's a Carlisle slick on the other side. And the rear tires are 6 inches. And we'll just take a look at the other side here. This is the drive side. Again, this motor, Briggs & Stratton 5-horse, date code is 1997. I'm pretty sure that's much newer than the rest of the Kart. On this side we have a piece of all-threaded rod from the brake pedal to an arm here on this tube, which again I think was part of the scrub brake assembly. And down here the wire for the kill switch is tie wrapped to a tube which matches the one on the other side where the bell crank for the throttle is attached. And there's the angle of the seat and the curve of the seat support here. Now we'll take a look underneath this to show some details under there. Now we'll take a look underneath. There goes our seat back. Here's a better look at the end of the, I believe, original scrub brake. Here's an unused tab with a hole in it. This looks like a reinforcement. Look at the other side here. Looks like the frames had a weld in it there. There's a bolt, a socket head bolt welded on there. There's another reinforcement here. This is the tube that I believe was the scrub brake, and here's a tab on it which is now hooked to a link to the caliper. There's our motor mount plate with the torch stout cut out for this spring. And if we go back here, we can see how the frame comes up, and then it's cut at an angle and welded to the motor support plate. Again, I believe this here in the darkness, this piece of square tubing, and this bit here was all added to support this caliper and that rotor. So there it is, the belly of the beast. I'll go back up top. Back up top again. There it is. The mystery, to me anyway. Hopefully it's not a mystery to somebody out there. You can tell me, oh yeah, that's a such and such a go-kart. They were made in the late 70s or whatever. Again, any tips, even if you were not sure it might be the same as one you had, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and like I said, I'm willing to chase down any and all leads, because I'd like to do some fixing up on this, and I'd like to see how it was originally so I can put it back to look original, or to work like the original anyway, if at all possible. Thanks again for watching.